So I'd like to ask a question regarding the phenomenon of ghosts. Ghosts. As in, do they exist? And if they do, can Islam offer any insight into it?
Well, I cannot rule them out altogether, but the ghosts, if you mean by the word ghost, the spirit of a deceased person living around us,
an apparition,
and haunting a house, that I do not believe in. But ghosts in the sense of jinni, that is also a very debatable point. But I believe there does exist a form of life which can be ethereal and which can make itself appear to people like apparition, not in their reality. Such apparitions are known to have appeared to many people who are not superstitious. And such apparitions are known to have appeared to people bringing along with them the evidence of their existence in a manner that you cannot deny. So it's only because of this that I believe in this sort of phenomenon. I think it is essential for our belief in angels as well. Because if we poo-poo this idea and discard it as unreal, simultaneously we will not have faith in the reality of angels either. So God has created balances in the world. As such, this type of existence must be there. Although it may not interfere with human life. That is another issue which has to be made clear. I do not believe that except for angels who are specifically told by God to do service to mankind, other such ghost-like things can do disservice to mankind. That is only superstition. They cannot interfere with anybody's real life. They just appear by way of making the belief that these things do exist. Now here I can quote my own example myself. Anybody who knows me would believe that what I'm telling is truth. Many a time I experienced this myself in a manner that it was impossible to reject it as just superstition on my part, because others were also involved in this. Now, out of many such experiences, I am going to quote one which can be testified by many living people today in the world. Once in Karachi, we decided to go for a picnic to the seaside, and as I thought of taking my recorder, which I had given for repair, so I requested my hosts to go via a certain street where that shop happened to be. Now, they stopped the car by the corner, and I went into the shop to find out if the repair had been completed or not. Now, as we were entering that street and turning in the direction of the shop, at the corner across the road, there was a woman standing with a burqa like Ahmadiyya burqa style, with eyes open and just standing there. I was amazed to see something in her eyes which disturbed me deeply, because she had a look which was unreal. So I told my companions that I think I have seen this girl, and I thought at that time, but she seems strange to me. I didn't tell them I thought it was unreal, but I said I thought I knew that girl because her facial expression was familiar, but she looked strange. Now when I entered, this is the background of the whole thing to follow. When I entered the shop, I came out of it to see, to tell the people waiting for me in the car. There was one owner of the car who was driving, one small baby, about 4 years old, and one mother. They were all sitting in the car when I had left the car for the shop. So I came out to just wave to them, all right, wait please. I was amazed to see that the woman, the mother of the child, had gone to that lady whom I had seen and was talking to her. And the child was looking, at the mother as she was talking to her. And then I also saw another person appear from the other side of the road who came close to that lady as though he was related. And at that time, the driver of the car also went out and started talking to him. Now both were busy talking to each other, and the little child in the car was looking with amazement what was happening. So I went back to the shopkeeper and retrieved my which was audio, some device at that time was available, and returned to the car. And as I returned to the car, they were all back in the car. So I inquired from this girl, this lady, if she had known that woman. She said, "What do you mean? I have no idea who she is." And I turned to the husband of that lady and said, "Didn't you see some relative of that woman come, and didn't you go and talk to him?" He said, "No, I never left the car." But that was not all. He said, "Don't play with us. You went to the lady and the husband and you talked to both of them." So that is the strange part. If it was just my imagination, it would have been a different thing. They were also experienced something bizarre. While I had never left the door of the shop at all, they saw me go towards that lady and that husband or some relative, and they told me that all this time you were talking to them and we were waiting for you to return. Now this is a view. This is something which can be viewed from two different angles, and both are experienced the same, but hallucination maybe, but with different experience altogether. So this is the sort of experience which I told you I have gone through myself. And I still can't understand what happened. I could have imagined, maybe, I know I'm not that type of person, but why exactly the opposite was being imagined by these, the hosts of mine who were sitting in the car. So when we were talking and I was telling them, no, don't tell me a lie, I'm not, I remain in the shop and you went out, the little girl shouted. She used to call me uncle. He said, "Uncle, don't play with us. I myself saw you." I saw you myself. So you can't cheat me. This is a strange thing. So that, I think, answers your question satisfactorily. I don't believe in hobgoblin things, but I believe there is some sort of form of existence which is specifically created by Allah to give a message to some people that other than angels, things do exist which seem to be unreal to you.